Okay, let's start the webinar. So welcome to all of you. Good morning or good afternoon, because we have participants here from North and South America, as well as from Europe. So my name is Luc van Pen. I'm the International Marketing Manager of PDMX, and I would like to take you through the session today regarding catch weight and batch attribute management with our PDMX for SAP Business One solution. In view of the large number of participants, I have muted all of you. So if you have specific questions that you want to ask in the course of the webinar, please send them to the messaging system and I will respond to it. Just let me stop recording. Okay, so the company is 100% focused on SAP Business One, and in that context we have specialized in developing and providing advanced warehouse and manufacturing solutions. Our solution is SAP certified, so SAP guarantees that our solution works fine with SAP Business One, and as a SAP partner, we are a member of the SPAC, so the SAP Solution Partner Advisory Council, and also are a Gold Software Solution Partner to SAP. Locally in Belgium and Luxembourg, we have been awarded the title of Best Business One Partner of Benelux in February of this year. Currently, the solution that we have developed has been installed in more than 25 countries on 6 continents, and in that context we collaborate currently with more than 30 partners worldwide. Also specific about our solution is the fact that we have specialized in a number of micro verticals in amongst others the producing food industry, life sciences, third-party logistics, consumer goods, and wholesale and distribution. Okay, so the product positioning is what you see here. Say the main functional domains that we deliver to our partners and customers are advanced warehouse management. We also provide some production and packaging functionality, usually in the context of third-party logistics providers, so value-added logistics functions. And we have, as we are specialized in a number of regulated industries, also specific functionality in the area of quality management, traceability, and serialization management. Okay, so we are present worldwide on all continents. The solution is currently running. And these are the micro verticals that I told you about. So we are active in technical and consumer products, wholesale and distribution, in a number of micro verticals, in producing the food industries, in life sciences, for logistic service providers, and for consumer goods. If we look at the produce and food industry, you see here that catch weight management is a very important new function that we have developed in that context. Also very important to know is that we comply to the industry standards, and in practice that means that we support the GS1 industry standards, which include the EAN, so the European Article Numbering System, and the Unified Product Code in the US. This is an important standard that you will see in the course of the demonstration, because it is the basis for identifying and for processing goods in the warehouse. So you will see the SACC, so the code for logistic units. We also, of course, support the global trade item number, global location numbers, and so on. We offer we support, say, inbound and outbound logistics, and also have developed in the course of the various years a number of advanced logistics functions, of which you see a list here. So today we will concentrate on batch attributes and catch weight management. And I will focus in this context of this webinar on the logistics function that we support in this context. But we also support production operations in the area of production disassembly, where we can process also catch weight items. Okay. The demo, before we start the demo, I want to make clear what we mean by catch weight management. Say, catch weight management is concerns the management of products with a variable weight. So we're talking here about, for instance, meat products like hams or beef, cheeses, vegetable and fruits, for instance, crates of pineapples, where you need to treat these products with a dual unit of measure. So you have on the one hand the number or the count of the number of products, but the most important, as they have a variable weight, it is also essential that you can register the weight, because usually these products are valued in terms of their weight. So you can buy a ham or a wheel of cheese, so you will purchase it by based on its unit of measure pieces, but it will be valued based on the price per weight unit. Now this is also an element or a characteristic or information that can be coded also in GS1 barcode, which you see here. Here you see that 3102 indicates that the following information in the barcode is a variable weight, and that it has two decimals. So 02, so 31 indicates this is a weight, and 02 indicates the position of the comma or the point, or the decimal point or comma. So in this case, this indicates that this is a product with a weight of 26.9 kilos. The products that are variable weight management items are treated with a standard relation between the unit of measurements. So for instance, you will always have to define, for these products, you will have to define what the standard weight of a product is, but this will always variate in practice. So you can, for instance, define that a ham will have a nominal weight of 10 kilos, but in practice, the weight will vary depending on the individual item. So as I indicated, inventory management of catch weight management items is done in one unit of measure, so in this case pieces, whereas the valuation and invoicing of the products will be done in the other unit of measure, so based on the weight. So this is regarding catch weight items. The other things that I will be showing you today are batch attributes. So with batch attributes, we can report batch-specific information of agriculture produce or food products. For instance, what is the country of origin of a batch? When was it manufactured or processed? What was its quality class? But basically, you can record in batch attributes any other aspect that you want to register and track. So because this information is then stored at batch level, which means that you can track products based on a specific attribute that it has. Now, the main application area for batch attributes is the produce and food industries, and this information that is recorded is used for communication between producers, processors, distributors, and end customers. Also very important is the fact that batch attributes is a key element for PTI compliance, so compliance with the Produce Traceability Initiative. The Produce Traceability Initiative is a North American initiative which aims at achieving, say, full traceability of produced products throughout the supply chain. And for this aspect, and the registration of specific batch information is of important importance. So what we achieve with PDMX is that we can use the batch attributes that we registered also to create GS1 and PTI compliant case and crate labeling, as you see here at the bottom. And so this is a label that is created and that captures specific information, like for instance here the country of origin, or in this case also the batch number. And as you see, so these batch attributes can then be integrated in GS1 barcodes. Okay. So this is the theoretical part. I will now dive into the software and show you a number of things regarding the setup of the PDMX system, the setup of catch weight items and batch attributes, and then I will show you how the inbound and outbound logistics of catch weight management items runs, as well as for items with batch attributes. And then to finish the demonstration, I will also show you how we can achieve traceability on demand. Okay, so let me close the presentation. I will now go to the system. So what you see here is the two user interfaces that is used in the PDMX application. So we have an administrative module which is integrated within the Sub-Business One user interface, and we have got a terminal interface which runs either on a scanner or which can also run on a touch screen and for specific operations. Now, the most important aspect of the engine of the system is the organizational structure that we have created within PDMX for Sub-Business One. So what you see here is that we offer a very intuitive tool to define the structure of a company. So we have here defined the company. We can define the warehouses that we have within that company. We can define then also a number of what we call organizational structure elements that allow us to lay out to define the physical layout. So we can define bins, companies, docks, movable locations, and so on. So all these elements can be created. And so in this way we can define, for instance, the scanners that we have. We can define the various shipping and receiving docks that we have in our company. We can define, for instance, in this case, receiving dock is an active dock. It is used for unloading, but it cannot be used for loading. So we can define the characteristics of this location. We can, for instance, also define different zones. So in this case, we can define a freezer zone, where we can specify that this is a zone of a specific type, and these zone types can be assigned to products so that we can ensure that products will only be stored in a zone that is appropriate or that is suited for that product. here we can also define, for instance, packing zones where you have the packing lines that we have defined, along with, say, the picking cards, so the cards on which you store products when you go pick them and pack them afterwards at the packing line. We also have here a production zone where we can define input and output locations, the production line itself, and where we can connect that production line also, for instance, to silos or tanks in which we can store bulk products, powders or liquids. If we go, for instance, to the pick locations, then we go to the individual pick locations. We can define at a specific location whether that location is assigned to or reserved for a specific product. So in this pick location, you see that we have defined that this bin location is reserved for this product, for baked beans, and we can define at the location level and what the maximum quantity is that we can store at that location. We can define the minimum quantity that should be at the location, and we also can define a replenished quantity if we say, okay, if the quantity drops below the quantity that we have specified here, the system will automatically generate a replenishment order to get stock from a bulk location and bring it to the pick location. So this is the organizational structure. What is also important here is that we have lots of other parameters that we can define. For instance, we can define the specific reports that we use. And so here I have, for instance, a goods receipt label. I can have an item label. So these are crystal reports that have been defined and can be easily configured or adapted. With these reports, we can also associate print events to them. So we can say, for instance, when we receive a new logistic unit, report 61, and so the goods receipt label will be printed one time. And you can also indicate whether during printing the system will ask for a reprint of that report in case something would have gone wrong with it. Okay. Here are the zone types that are referred to, so you can define as many zones as you need, and assign these zone types to specific products to ensure that they will only be stored in a zone that matches its characteristics. Another thing is also important is the quality statuses. That also here you're free to define all the quality statuses that are required within your operation. You can define the actions that can be executed for specific quality states, and you can also select the transition possibilities. So this status here blocked can be changed to released or rejected. Okay. We also see here that ask for reason. So you can, if a manager or an operator changes the quality status, you can ask him to specify a specific reason. These reasons can be listed here. Again, also this is something which is freely configurable, and for each of the reasons you can indicate in which process it can be used. For instance, this one, damaged goods, can be used for picking or for shipping. Or you can also indicate that if the operator indicates a specific reason, he will also need to register additional reason text. Then we also offer a function specifically for third-party logistics invoicing, where we say, okay, for invoicing of services that you provide to a customer, we can manage or monitor a number of aspects. For instance, like here, the storage bin location usage. So, for instance, if we want to charge a customer for a specific type of storage, and we can indicate that the system will have to monitor that. So this is basically the most important aspect that I wanted to show you about the organizational structure. And you will see that the behavior that the system will have in practice will be defined by the settings that we have set here. Okay. Now another aspect which is important in the context of catch rate management and net attributes is that we have added a number of functions or characteristics to the item master data in sub-business one. So if we, for instance, select here a specific item, say here the jamón ibérico, then you will see that there is, apart from the standard sub-business one tabs, that we also have a specific PDMX tab, and in that PDMX tab we can specify a number of characteristics or features that relate to the various processes. For instance, here in inventory, you see that we have, for this product, we have that the unit of measurement name for inventory is pieces, and that the secondary unit of measure is kilogram. Here you see that we have defined a specific location zone for this product, so the system will use this in the put away of this product. It will say, okay, it should go to this location. So you have here this in sales process a number of characteristics. For the purchasing process, for instance, here we have an expiry definition for that product. We have defined here that it has a best before date. And then in the context of catch rate, you have a number of specific settings that will define the processing of this product. So in this case, we say, okay, this is a catch rate item. The application identifier in the barcode that will be used for the unit of measure will be the count, so the number of products. The GS1 application identifier for the secondary unit of measure will be net weight. We say that here the standard, the nominal weight of this product is 10 kilograms, and we allow for a weight tolerance of 20%. So the product, and we assume that the product can weigh either 20% less or 20% more. And then we have here the units of measure that will have to be used for purchase. We say, okay, if we purchase the product and we receive the product, then we will require that pieces and weight are registered. So you could say either pieces, either weight, or both. When we do inventory transaction, then we say, no, just ask for the pieces. And if we're going to use it for sales, you will again have to record or register the pieces and weight. And here you see the price calculation for sales, where we say, okay, this is a price by weight, so we will adapt the price according to the weight of the product. Okay. Now let me take another example where we say we have here a crate of potatoes, where we will say, okay, this is not, we will treat it not as a catch rate item, so it is a crate of potatoes which with a nominal weight, but here we have indicated that we want to record specific attributes. Here we have said, okay, for this product we want to record the country of origin, and this is a required field, so the operator will have to specify it. And we also want to register the manufacturing date. Here again, this is a table that we create, and you can create as many batch attributes as required, and you can also specify the values, whether it is free text or whether it is a list from which you have to choose. So what I will now do is, this being said, I want to show you the inbound and the outbound logistic process. I've got a question here. When it is used in production, can we also say it has to be counted by pieces and or weight? Well, if indeed, if the application is used in production, you will be specified the number of pieces and the weight. Okay. Now, the purchasing process, let's create a purchase order for a specific item. Let us say that we're going to use, that we are going to order a number of hams. Okay, we're going to order 50 pieces of Iberico ham. So we have created the purchase order. The moment that we have added the purchase order, and so here it is. So this is the purchase order we have just created. The moment when it has been created, it is automatically transferred to the terminal for reception. So the system will automatically transfer the purchase order so that the moment when the supplier arrives, the system will allow to receive the goods. So on the RF terminal, you see the main flows that we support. We've got the inbound logistics process from purchasing to goods receipt. We've got the outbound logistics process, so from sales to shipping and delivery. We've got the internal logistics, so the internal moves in the warehouse, or for instance also inventory tasks like cycle counting. And we have got here a link to production, where we then can get products from the warehouse to the production line, and from the production line back into the warehouse. So now we will select the purchasing function. So I click on purchasing and then indicate that I'm going to do a reception. I do a reception, I indicate on which dock I'm going to receive the goods. So these are the docks which have been defined as being eligible for unloading in the organizational structure. So I indicate receiving dock 1. And then I can receive the goods based on a number of criteria. Now, the easiest way to receive goods is based on the barcodes. If a product that you receive or a pallet that you receive is correctly labeled and contains all the required GS1 barcodes, then the system will automatically register all the information that is contained within that barcode. The other way of receiving is based on an order. So you say, okay, I have a purchase order. This is the reference for receiving this product. It is also possible, if there is no reference to a purchase order, to receive it, what they call a blind receipt, so no reference to a purchase order. And we also have a container management function where we can do goods receipts of a large number of purchase orders that are delivered in a container. So in this case, for the demonstration, I'll use the order functionality. So I select order, and here you see now the purchase order that I have just created. So I select the purchase order. And then again, this is, you should visualize this. So basically what you're doing is, if you are receiving a number of pallets which contain all the same products, then you can indicate, okay, I'm going to receive identical logistic units. In that case, for instance, if you're receiving 5 pallets all containing the same product from the same batch, you should not do 5 individual reception, but then you can say, I'm going to receive a number of identical logistic units. Now in this case, I'm going to receive a single logistic unit, so I say there are no identical logistic units. Then again, if the product or the pallet is correctly labeled, you can scan the barcodes that are on the label on the pallet. But we always offer the possibility to receive without or receive goods that are not correctly labeled. So I indicate here no label on the logistic unit. And then I can indicate the logistic carriers that I have defined in the system. So we'll say we'll receive this on a Euro pallet. And then we can either scan again the product or select the product. And in this, at this moment, the system knows, okay, this reception is linked to this purchase order, and within this purchase order, this is the product that was ordered. So it suggests automatically the item that was ordered. And in this case, it knows that the product has a batch number. So we ask for a batch number, and the batch number can either be a batch number that is contained in the barcode or is on the product, or the system, for instance, the PDMX system can also suggest a system-generated batch number. Also, because the system knows that this product has a best before date, the system will either register the best before date that is contained in a barcode, or it can, in this case, we have defined that the standard expiry date for this product is 1 year, so it will suggest an expiry date or a best before date of 1 year. Okay, and then here we have indicated we want to register in both in pieces and in weight, so we have to enter the number of items here, and then it asks to enter the weight. Now here you should imagine that this is normally linked to a weighing scale on which the pallet is transported. So it says here with a deviation of 20%, the maximum weight of 50 hands would be 600 kilograms. So here, normally there is an integration. Either you enter it manually after weighing it, or there is an automatic integration with the weighing scale. So I'll say here that it weighs to 520 kilos and 75 or 750 grams. Okay. And at this moment, it has been defined. So now we have received a new logistic unit, and here we then get the GS1 SSCC, so the logistic unit label, in which we have the information captured during the goods receipt. So you have it in human readable form, and you also have it in barcode form. You can add as many GS1 barcodes on it as required. For instance, also if you say, okay, I want to have the weight registered in the barcode, then you could add a specific barcode to that. Okay, then the system asks whether you want to have a reprint. Okay, and if you then close the label. So what has happened at this moment is that the moment that the goods have been received, the PDMX will automatically register a goods receipt in SAP Business One. So I'll ask for the last goods receipt, and what you see here is that indeed we have registered here that we have received 50 pieces of jamon iberico with a total weight of 520 kilos, and this is the identification of the logistic unit that we have just received. Okay. Now I'll show you now how we do the reception of a product with batch attributes. So I'll create a purchase order for that as well. Okay, and I'll say I'm going to choose and okay, so has it got a specific quantity? Here, just let me check. Yes, crate pallet. So we have defined here that there are 20 crates on a pallet. So what I will do is I will order 20 crates of this product, add it, and then again this purchase order is automatically transferred to the RF terminal. If you go there and say, okay, we're going to do a purchase reception on this receiving dock, based on an order. Then we have here our order, the order that I just created. Again, this is just one logistic unit. We have no label. We're going to have it on a Euro pallet. Select the product. And okay, again, note that it has a batch number and a best before date. And then it now asks me the batch attributes that I have specified that are required for this product. So here it says, okay, enter the manufacturing date of this product, and it also says me enter the country of origin. Okay, and then it specifies the packaging type. So it is a crate, and so 20 crates on a pallet. So I say it's one pallet. And the system will again now create the receipts, the goods receipt label. Okay. Again, if we go to the goods receipt, you will now see the crates here that we have received against this purchase order. Now, another important aspect of the PDMX solution is that we have a specific inventory report, that we use to track in real time the positioning or the place where an item is situated. For instance, if we look now at our crate of potatoes, okay, you will see here in the inventory report that it has these products at the a specific storage location, but the crate that we, or the pallet that we have just received is registered as being currently on the receiving dock. Okay, so this is, in this way, this is the basis for the traceability on demand that we offer. So we track all movements throughout the warehouse. Now, another thing that has happened is that upon goods receipt, the system will automatically generate a put-away order, because it's not the idea that the products should stay at the receiving dock. So, for instance, if we go to the purchasing and then the put-away, and we say, okay, we want to see what we have to put away from receiving dock 1, then the system will now show the two SSCC, so the two logistic units that we have just received at the receiving dock. And now it is just a question of scanning this barcode in order to put away or to move the product. So I'll enter the SSCC. Okay. Here is also, it's possible to configure whether you allow the operator to split the logistic unit and put part of it at one location and part of it at another location. So we're going to put it, move it in one time. He suggests the default location and where it can be put away. I can also ask him to suggest an empty location, but in this case I'll put it away to this position. Okay, they are moved, and if we then take the other SACC, 3, 4, okay, move it again. He suggests the default location 28. Okay, and if we now, and so here we have got the inventory report. If you now press refresh, you will see that this pallet is now also moved to the new location. So this is the inventory report that we provide. Now, what I will do now is show you the outbound logistics process. So from a sales order to a shipping and delivery. Okay, say I'll go to the sales order. I'll create a sales order, and I'll create a sales order for this customer. And I'm going to say I'll sell him two pieces of jamón ibérico. I'll add the date. Yes, okay. Okay, now the difference between a sales order and a purchase order is that the sales order is not automatically transferred to the RF terminal for picking, but that the warehouse supervisor or the warehouse manager can first see whether the order or whether there are sufficient items for the order to be fulfilled. So in this case, I first create a pick list proposal. So the system will check and it will say, okay, for this sales order we need 2 hands, and we have been able to reserve 2 for it. So we have sufficient quality. There is no open quality, and we have a sufficiently large available quantity. And at that moment, the system will define, so this is the batch number and this is the best before date that I will need to pick. I can then change the shipping dock from which it should be sent, and then I can generate the pick list. So the moment that I generate the pick list, the system will send it to the RF terminal, the assignment for the operator to go and pick this delivery. Okay. So if you now go to the picking process, so we have got our sales order, which we are going to pick. And here you see the pick list that was just created. Okay, so we select the pick list, and it says, okay, you have to go to that position, and you will have to pick 2 pieces of this product. Okay. Now there is now also an intermediate step, which I will also show you. If, for instance, you need to pick a full pallet, you pick that pallet directly and bring it to the shipping dock. If in this case we have to pick a small quantity, we can also pick that quantity on a picking cart and then bring it to the packing station. So in this case, I'll show it how that works. So we select a movable location. Here are the cards that I have defined. I say, okay, I'm going to pick it on this, and I'm going to pick it on this picking card. I'll go to the location. Oh, just a moment, I'll go to the location. I select the product or scan the product, say, okay, this is the product. He says, okay, this is the batch that you should print. So he has, should pick. So he says, these are the batches available, but he has reserved this batch for me. So he lists that as first. If I would like to select another batch, he would say, this is not allowed. See? And so he definitely specifies that I should pick that batch. Okay, I'm going to pick 2 pieces. And they weigh, in total, they weigh 21 kilograms. Okay, so for the 2 pieces, that's the weight for the 2 pieces. The items are picked. And at this moment, they are stored intermediately on the picking card. And what we then have to do is that we have to go to our packing station. So here is the other user interface that we offer. So this is a touchscreen that is set up at the packing station where we say, okay, we're going to do packing. We're going to do that at this packing line. We're going to scan the movable location. In this case, I'm going to enter it manually. And then say, okay, on which logistic carrier are you going to pick this? So I'll say, we'll pick it on in a box. And then it says indeed here, okay, for this customer, there are 2 pieces of jamón ibérico on this picking card. And at that moment, I could decide, okay, I'm going to tag them in 2 separate boxes. Or in this case, I will say, no, I'm going to add both items to the box that I'm creating. So I'll add the items. And then again, he asked me for the weight. So again, I check. and when I create now finished logistic unit, he will then generate the label that you saw. No, okay. So he's creating the label now and instructing me to move the logistic unit to the shipping dock. Okay. So this is the alternative way, so the picking and packing functionality that we support. And here again, you have got the shipping label that has been created. Now it is a from-to address specifying again the information in human readable and in barcoded format. Now, if we then conclude the delivery process, so we have picked the items. They are now located at the product is now located, oh, just a moment, at the shipping dock. So if we look here, you will notice that indeed we have got here a quantity of jamón ibérico, which is located at the shipping dock. So this is the quantity that we are now going to ship. So we go to our RF terminal. We select sales and then shipping. We are indicating that we're going to ship from shipping dock 1. We are shipping based on an individual pick list. We can also support delivery routes or pick list ways. Then we say, okay, this is the pick list, and this is the barcode. Oh, no, it's did not work. Just a moment. Okay, the SSCC has now been loaded, and what the system now does, it adds the sales delivery node in SAP and prints a specific shipping document. So on the shipping document, you see here we've got the box and we've got 2 hands of jamón ibérico. Also, all information that we captured throughout the shipping process can be added to this specific report. Okay. Yes, Celso, instead of typing the weight, is it possible to read directly from a scale via an interface? But of course, I cannot simulate that. But we have indeed a component weighing function in the system. Okay, so we have now so done the shipping. So I'll go to the sales. So I'll ask for a delivery. If I ask for the latest delivery, you will then see here that we have indeed here our 2 pieces of jamón ibérico and that have been shipped, and where we have, say, the price based on the weight of the shipped product. So this concludes, say, the inbound and outbound logistics process for the shipping of items with batch attributes is very similar, so I don't think that I need to convince you of that. Okay. Now the final thing is that I want to show you is the traceability on demand, which is also an administrative function where we have where we track all information regarding to the movements. Okay, can you hear me all right? Because there's obviously a problem with the audio. Okay, so normally the sound check says that the sound would be good. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's fine then. Okay, the final thing that I want to show you is the traceability report. So we have a traceability report where we can track every item that has passed throughout our warehouse. So for instance, if we look at here at a specific product, we can have a backward traceability. So for products that we manufacture, then we can track which products have been used in this product, or we can have a forward. Now this is a product that we have purchased and distribute. So we have not made a transformation. So I'll check the forward traceability report for this product, and then you will see all the batches of this product. So this is the product, and these are all the batches that we have processed throughout our warehouse. So and per batch, you can ask, okay, when did we receive this? So this batch was received against these purchase delivery notes. So we have received 4 pallets of the same batch. Have there been deliveries made? Yes, indeed. We have made deliveries from that batch. So we have delivered them to customers. Have there been movements? And here it lists indeed all the movements that we have made. So we have received it at this dock and then have moved it to this location. And from this location, we have then moved it here to a cross dock or to a shipping dock. Here you can also check, is there still stock available of this product? And indeed, there is no stock available anymore. What you can also check is whether there have been specific quality status changes. So here for this batch of product, we say that at a certain moment, this batch was changed from released to under analysis. And we indicated here that the reason for that was, okay, pending laboratory analysis. There was a reason, free text that was added, and so it was a suspicious pallet. But after investigation, it has been changed again from under analysis to released. And the reason is that it was quality control cleared after analysis. So this is the way that we track all movements and all transitions that have been made for a specific product. I will show you also now the backward traceability report, where we have a typical Belgian product. Yes, we have beer here. Have I? Okay, backward. Okay, here you see these are the batches that we have created of the beer. We not only register the product that we have produced, but also the batches that have gone into that. So we have the hops here, the malt, the sugar, the water. Of course, if you look at these products, these are products that are received, but we don't deliver them because we use them in a production order. So there have been no deliveries, but there have been lots of movements associated with production orders. Again, you can change the quality status. And here also we have the issues. So here we have issues from inventory. So products have been used in a production order, so have been issued from production. If you look at the end product, there we have, say, the receipts, this receipt from production. So you see at a certain moment we have created or executed a production order, and we have an inventory entry of this product. So this completes the demo. There's one thing I still want to show you, that is the PPI labels. So if I go to a product that, yes, here, okay, choose. We have here the product, and then I can in inventory. So it is also something that I could have automatically printed upon receipt of the goods. I'll show it here. That is also possible to show me the item label, and indeed in this case I want to have the PTI label, and then the system. So it's always possible from inventory to, here you see the PTI label that is created for this product. So we have got the product here, that's before the batch lot number, the country of origin, and the manufacturing date. So everything that we recorded during reception was indeed recorded and can be used for PTI compliant labeling. Okay, so this concludes the demonstration. I see that there is a few questions that I can answer. The copy of the PowerPoint, indeed, Mike, I will send that to all the participants so that you have the, and also I can make available those who would like to have the recording of the webinar. Please send me an email, and I will then send you the recording of the webinar. Is that all right? Okay. Is there another question? Is stock on hand shown in both piece and weight? Yes, I think we can confirm that that is the case. Okay. Are there any other questions that you would like me to address? I will unmute all. Okay. Okay. Romain, I see your question, but I think probably also something that we can discuss in more detail together. Is that all right for you? Yeah. Yes. Okay. I'll suggest that we. Okay. Thank you then for being with me. And if you want to have recording of the presentation, please send me an email. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Luc.
Okay.
Thank you, Luc. Thank you, Luc.
That was funny.
Okay. If you have a specific question, please send me an email and we will respond to it shortly. So I'm going to close the thank you and bye-bye. See you again. Bye-bye.